has the kids. The youngest is 5 and the oldest is 10. Oh, the youngest is 6 now. The oldest is 10. And we've seen Spider-Man 3 times now. The youngest one, he's kind of in that's your first superhero, Spider-Man, Superman usually. So we've seen the new one about 3 times. And with great power comes great responsibility has come up quite a bit. We went to go see the movie in the theater last Wednesday. The youngest one wanted to wear his Miles Morales suit. Now, apparently, his mother had packed it away, and it was somewhere in the basement, and he asked me to go find it. Can you find my Spider-Man outfit? And I was like, sure, I'll look for it. I don't know where it is. Hopefully, I can find it. So, honestly, I really had put that on the back burner in my mind. And went outside, came back in. He was kind of sitting on the couch waiting around for me. Are you going to look for the suit now? Like, you know what? Sure. I'll go look for this. Our basement actually has 2 rooms, 2 sides. So I go into the first side. I kind of look. I'm like, man, I do not feel like going to the other side looking for it. But then something struck me. With great power comes great responsibility. I was like, you know what? He is expecting me to find this suit. There's no doubt in his mind that I'm going to come back up with this suit in my hand. And I'm like, you know what? With great power does come great responsibility. If I have the power to mold him and guide him in my thoughts, and him respect and listen to me and listen to my guidance, then I have the responsibility to prove to him that that's worth listening to me. I need to retrieve this suit. So sure enough, I go on the other side. It takes me about 30 seconds. I actually pretty much go through a pile of clothes, retrieve it, bam. When I come up the steps from the basement, he's sitting on the couch, like pretty much looking at the basement steps, waiting for me to come up. You find the suit? And sure enough, I had it. Just the look in his eye kind of showed me something. I was like, you know what? I had to do that. And I felt bad that in the back of my mind earlier, that wasn't really a pressing priority to me. I owe that to him. He looks up to me in a roundabout way. Him and his brother. And his brother, being 10, when I first got around, he was about 7. It took me a while to win him over. But now we really have a pretty decent relationship. And I believe that's because I have the responsibility. If he's going to listen to me and be into the things that I'm into, I have to listen to him and be into the things that he's into. So maybe I'm not into the video games that he's into, but he has such joy in showing me the modifications he's made on his Fortnite skins or his Forza trucks. I can deal with that. It's worth it. Actually just sitting in him talking and explaining and jabbering on like a 4th grader would, it takes me back to, I remember when I wanted that. I was in his same situation. I tell him that a lot of times. I was him. For 10 years, I was an only child, and then my brother came. It was really a struggle after when I was 15 and he was 5, that we kind of veered off and separated to the point we're not even super close to this day. We have our moments. I remember that feeling of wanting someone to care, wanting someone to be there, knowing that I could turn and hear another voice, another alternative. I wasn't under a dictatorship as my mother. What she said goes, and that was the final say. There was a way out. And honestly, the 3 years that I've been here, we've been married for about 4 months now. The 3 years that I've been here, 4 years I've been here, the kids have come leaps and bounds. The oldest one was really bad. He would yell out yeet all the time in school to the point it seemed like he had Tourette syndrome. And sometimes he would do that in the house. But he has really calmed down. I think that was just him acting out that he wasn't being heard because his younger brother's there, and you kind of always cater to the younger one. I understand he needs more. And I remembered that, like, I was your baby. Now I'm kind of being pushed out of the nest, so to speak. And I understand why logically it makes perfect sense, but it still hurts emotionally to not be the only one getting the love. So now it seems that in a way, me and the mother switch off at times. We're usually one-on-one with a particular child, and they seem to respond a lot better. They want to interact with each other. They fight a lot less. We try to have constructive things for them to do. As well as group activities, I try to give them individual activities, spend time with them and cater to their interests, what they like, watch what they want to watch, and kind of process their dumb thoughts. But it makes them better people, and that actually makes me a better person, knowing that I can directly see the impact that I'm making. With great power comes great responsibility, and I'm trying my best to live up to that responsibility. One thing that makes this very key is that my wife, their mother, we both uplift each other. And what I mean by that is we give praise in front of the children. Even sometimes if I do something, I'll say, your mother said this. Your mother said give this to you. Vice versa, she'll do that. Jason bought that for you. Jason got that for you. You should tell him thank you. And that way, I think they see, I guess, behind the curtain that it takes a team to run this. Now, they are reluctant to clean their room. The youngest one really comes around. He's cool with cleaning anything. He's kind of like a somewhat mini-me. The older one, work ethic-wise, he's not me, but he sounds like me. If I close my eyes, I'll be like, dang, that sounds like something I would say. So it does work. But it's a combination of me and the mother seeing eye to eye and try to be on the same page, uplift each other. Where I fall, she catches. Where I fall, she catches. Because ultimately it's about the children, and they're the ones that suffer if you don't do a good job, if they're not necessarily the priority.